Man, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, man. Like DMX said, here we go again. Same old dog, just a different day. Yo, the Bills got stumped out. It's evident, everybody already know. The Bills got stumped out. It was really bad. Especially if you look at more than if you look within the lines of the game and you kind of just see how bad it was, you'll realize that we might have the worst team in the NFL talent-wise. This should have happened last week with Minnesota, but Minnesota kind of beat themselves, but any given Sunday. So I'm going to break it down. I'm going to start off with the statistics of the game. Josh was 16 of 33, 151. No touchdowns, 2 picks. Something about that, I'm going to just stop right there. Something about that is that Zay Jones caught 4 catches for 38 yards, and Kroom caught 1 for 13. It was all in garbage time. So when you add those two together, it comes up to 51 yards. Zay Jones and Kroom's yardage adds up to 51. You take that off of Josh Allen. Let's take the garbage time and garbage yards off of Josh Allen's statistics. I'm not going to go through all of the completions and the attempts. So I ain't going to take all that off. But, yo, the man, you take that 51 off, Josh Allen threw for 100 yards and 2 picks, basically. A lot of the time he had his back facing the defense. He looked like a kid out there. But, all of that, he had no help. He has no receivers. When Kelvin Benjamin went out, who's not really much of a threat, when Kelvin Benjamin went out, first thing I was thinking, I was like, man, who are they going to bring in? Who is left to bring in? Oh, let's bring Foster in, whatever. The undrafted free agent out of Alabama who is a rookie. We didn't have nobody to bring in. Zay Jones didn't show up. I just want to talk about receivers right now. I'll break down the O-line and all that stuff later. But as far as the receivers is concerned, Zay Jones didn't show up. I don't know. He couldn't get open. And, man, McLeod didn't even get in the game on offense at all. You know what I mean? So, I think the scheme is putting people open. Or the scheme is designed to put people open, obviously. But we don't have the personnel to get open. So, I'm not blaming Dable for nothing. But yeah, Allen, damn, this is what we was going to have to deal with, man. We knew when we picked him, man. He had faced a lot of criticism. I think he was like the biggest boom or bust quarterback, possibly even player in the whole draft. And it kind of showed out there a lot. Sometimes he was even running into sacks. Man was running around like a chicken with his head chopped off. He didn't know where he was going. He just was running for his life. Thanks to the offensive line, who sucks. Our first pick, 7th overall, got beat like a drum. Just got beat like a drum. You even see him on the sidelines at certain points. And he's sitting next to us. I'm assuming that's his quarterback coach. Sitting next to the quarterback coach, just staring off. Quarterback coach looking through papers. They're not even communicating. They had the camera on them for a little while. And they wasn't even communicating. Josh Allen was just looking. He had that look like, it's the NFL. Shit's real. That's what he looked like, man. I ain't knocking him for it. I mean, the offensive line's sucking. You don't have nobody to throw to. They say he ain't had no talent in Alabama, or in Wyoming, and he'd have better talent up here in the NFL. But quite honestly, I think he had better talent in Wyoming, man. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Who we throwing the ball to? And damn, he got Kelvin Benjamin head clean knocked off. He got his head knocked clean off. Benjamin mouthpiece flew to the hash. The play happened near the sideline. The mouthpiece flew near the hash mark. So, you know what I mean? Whatever. It wasn't like he was going to catch it anyway. Ha-ha was ready. And that's probably what he said after he got up. Ha-ha. You know what I'm saying? So, but whatever, man. We're gonna have to live and die by what Josh Allen does and his growing period and pains and all of that stuff. I just wish we can at least say clearly, like, well, he has the hey, listen, let's break it down. Breakdown time. EJ Manuel, who had an arm, still has an arm, not on the NFL team right now, but he had Sammy Watkins. He had Robert Woods, my man, 100 grand. He had Marquise Goodwin, who will fly past anything. Marquise Goodwin can probably run full speed under a table. You know, he had that. He had that to throw to, and of course he had Charles Clay, who's still nothing. You know what I mean? Like, matter of fact, while we talking about Clay, sidebar. Clay had 40 yards, man, receiving it. He led all the receivers, but we'll get back to that. Anyways, now EJ had talent to throw to, and we can clearly say, you know, hey EJ, it's actually you that sucks. It's you, dog. It's you. You suck. You know what I mean? So you were a wrong pick. Our bad. We're going to go ahead and let you get off into free agency. Best of luck with your career. Whatever. Now with Josh Allen, it's just like, yo, who is he going to throw it to? It looked like we got a good offensive coordinator, but we don't have no receivers. And we like $56 million in dead cap space, so it's not like we can go out there and get anybody and just say, hey, we need help. It's just like, yo, we got to work with the scraps we was given. I mean, quiet as a cap, Jeremy Curley probably requested a release. You know, he probably asked to be placed off. Hey, let me go, man. Let me go get out there. 'Cause this ain't going to work. You know what I mean? But I'm not here to dog Josh Allen. I kind of want to say, I don't know if this could have been prevented had the draft we went offense. We neglected the offense, the whole McDermott coaching staff. He says, trust the process, but like we neglected the whole offense, the whole draft. Ray, we got down in the 6th round. Who knows how long it takes 6 rounders to produce? I mean, technically Tyreek Hill was a 5th round pick, you know, so you never know. But still, come on, Tyreek is rare. So yeah, man, it was bad. I found myself looking at the game like, yo, when is this gonna be over? I'm ready to go. That's how I'm ready to go. But yeah, let's just keep it moving, man. Like I said, I just feel like that coaching staff could have did something to help, unless they purposely wanted to tank and pick 1st overall this year with $72 million, 2nd most in free agency, give or take, whatever is going to happen from here to till free agency opens up next year. So, you know, whatever. We don't know the big picture. But let me finish getting through this, man. You know. So anyway, McCoy, 5 carries, 24 yards. 11 was his long. Shady McCoy. Now, even when asked at the end of the game, when they asked McDermott, hey, speaking of, where is he at? He had, I think, 3 catches. Yeah, McCoy had 3 catches for 13, so he touched the ball 8 times. So when they asked McDermott at the end of the game, they said, hey, look, man, was that based off of the injury, the ribs? McDermott straight up said no. No. So, don't know what's going on there. Maybe they just said, hey, we don't want to get this dude too messed up. Let's just keep him off to the side. I mean, Marcus Murphy wasn't even playing today. I mean, at the beginning of the game, Ivory looked as strong. You know, Ivory had, 6 carries. He looked strong, but when you looked at the numbers at the end, it was like, dang, I don't know. I mean, 6 carries, 15 yards, 7 was his long. He finished 3rd amongst Bills rushers today. You know, in the 22 zip loss. He was 3rd amongst the rushers. 2nd was, guess who? Josh Allen. 5 carries, 19 yards, 8 was his long, man. Josh got to be careful. Because I don't, for so many reasons, but I don't want to see Nathan, defensive player of all of eternity in the NFL, due to interceptions, Peterman getting the game. I don't want to see that, man. And you got to pick your spots. You got to pick your spots, man. And sometimes Josh ran into sacks. But whatever. So anyways, like I said, we're just going over the rushing. McCoy 5 for 24. Allen had 5 for 19. Ivory 6 for 15. And then what was real interesting was when I checked out the Green Bay statistics, right? So our highest carry, or our most yards, was 24 with McCoy, right? I looked over at their stuff. And Jones had 65 yards. Aaron Rodgers was second with 31. And then Jay Williams had 27. Which says their third rusher on the Green Bay Packers led all the Bills with his 27 yards. 27 yards. So again, if you want to dig even deeper, Aaron Rodgers, who was second amongst rushers on the Green Bay Packers, had more than all of the Bills' rushers. Yep, you're right. Number 12 had more yards rushing than any Bill in 4 quarters of NFL football. You know? So, I'm going to talk about that line, though. I'm telling you, I'm trying to hold it in with the line. I'm trying to save them for last. I'm trying to go over these statistics. But then you drop down to receiving, which we see here. Clay, 4 for 40. Charles Clay was a disappointment as soon as he signed the contract based off the amount that we gave him. He was a disappointment from the jump. He had 40 yards. Zay Jones picked up all 38 yards in the fourth quarter, which technically was garbage time because Green Bay kind of let their foot off the gas. You can see it. So Zay Jones, I mean, I don't care. If Zay Jones can't get open in the NFL, I'm going to say it now. He sucks. He sucks. He sucks, man. I'm tired of it. I'm telling you, I'm tired of seeing Zay Jones for real, for real. He's done nothing. And then it's like, do we really fault Zay Jones in the receiving corps when the quarterback can't even get through his second read before he's getting belly-to-back suplexed by Clay and the whole Green Bay squad? Who knows, man? It's just crazy. It's kind of hard to dissect. But yeah, Benjamin had 1 for 34. I don't even know how he got open. Kroom, 1 for 13, garbage time. Then McCoy had his 3 for 13. So, man, offensive line is bad. It's really bad, man. Ducasse, I just don't know why I want to call Ducasse out. I just want to call him out. Ducasse, you suck. Number 62, he sucks. He sucks, man. Yeah, you know, Ducasse, not every play can be a freaking run play, okay? So you have to know how to pass block. Pressure comes from everywhere. Jordan Mills, by far, I think, had the worst game of all the linemen today. My bad, Ducasse. I'll save you for another. I'm sure you're going to have your time for being the worst offensive lineman out there. I'm just used to calling you out. But, yeah, man, Jordan Mills. One play, Jordan Mills was on his stomach. It was bad. It was the play when Josh Allen was looking, sitting there, boom, boom, boom. He don't see nothing. The man turned his back to the defense, and when he turned it, which you shouldn't do. Nope. He turned his back to the defense, and then sure enough, it was a yellow helmet. Crown of a yellow helmet right on his face mask. And that man came from the right side, and then when you look at it and you rewind it, I know I don't got all 22, but my DVR, I try. I rewinded it, and I said, look at 79 on his stomach. Grown man on his stomach, man. And I know they got athletes on the other team, but grown man on his stomach. Mills is weak. Mills is weak as far as a lineman. He's stronger than me. But Mills is weak compared to NFL linemen. And I don't even know where we got him from. Chicago. He was on the street. And somehow he managed to stay on the team. And then somehow he was a starter, whatever. You'd think we brought in competition for him. Oh, yeah, we did. We brought Newhouse in. Traded him for a 2020 conditional draft pick earlier this week down to Carolina. Brandon Beane's playing partners. Former employer. But, yeah, man, so the line sucks. I see Bodine was in there. We ain't, whatever. There's so much you can call out. The offensive line is horrible. It's just call it what it is. We can't even trade. Who are we going to trade? Right now, I think the leading candidate is freaking Lawson. And I don't think I want to give up Shaq Lawson. We have an abundance of DNs, I think, with Shaq Lawson and Yarborough and Jerry Hughes and Murphy and the new dude, what's his name? Orchard. But I don't feel like trading Lawson. Leave Lawson on the team, because whatever. So we can't trade. $56 million in dead money. It's just whatever. It's gonna be a long season. What else, man? I mean, as far as, let's just switch to defense because I can keep going on the offense. Defense, man. I mean, that boy number 38, he had 7 tackles and a forced fumble, and he dropped an interception that hit him in between the numbers. That's when I knew. It was a lot of other signs, but that's when I knew this game is over. When that man dropped something, he looked like he fast enough. He looked like one of them 4-3 boys. He looked like he could have took it to the house. It was nobody else on the sideline from what one of the announcers said, but that man dropped that ball. But he had 7 tackles and a forced fumble. But the forced fumble came from a sack. So, and on top of that, let's be real, he was getting picked on. So every time his man caught the ball, he had to tackle him down, whether he dragged him down a couple yards later after the 22-yard gain, or after a 25-yard gain, or a 27-yard gain, or a 43-yard gain. These is the receivers for the Green Bay Packers longs. 25-yard, 27-yard, 43-yard, 38-yard. Wow. It's crazy, man. But anyways, most of his tackles came like that. Edmonds, I didn't really see too much of Edmonds. Normally I watch Edmonds a lot ever since he got to the squad, but wasn't really paying attention. I think he had the tip that led to the Poyer pick. But that's my man. It's gonna take him a while. I don't think he had a bad game. Hughes had 5 tackles, which I think Hughes is playing the best football possibly of his career. He did play that one good year that earned him the contract, but I think he might be on that level. White had 5 catches. And again, Poyer had that pick. Too bad for Michael Hyde. I know he wanted to play real bad, man. And I hate the fact that bring it up. Let's talk about it. This is Bills Talk 716, and we're gonna talk about whatever bad happened. This is the stuff that won't get called out on TV. I'm gonna bring it up live right now. Okay? Number 20 was on the vicious end of a runover, or a bike, or a truck stick, whatever you want to call it. The one, it's probably easy to find too. It was a touchdown. I saw that happen to him, and I felt like, wow, okay, that's bad. And even before that, that man had one of probably top 10 in NFL history stiff arms to the face mask, man. That man got stiff armed so violently that I jumped out of my seat and almost dropped my beer on the rug. Yeah, it was that real. I rewinded it and I played it back, and then the TV, once it was just regular playing, they played it back, and they didn't really want to make a big deal about it. But Bush got sent to the ground so hard. I've never seen, I can't say, but I think he's going to fall in the top 10 for worst stiff arms ever. I hope that actually makes the I hope that freaking makes the NFL Network or something like that, man. I know they got the violent running something category, but whatever. But yeah, basically, I say that to say this. Bush came in the game. He got abused. He got abused. He got abused with a stiff arm. He got abused with somebody pads when they ran him over to get in the end zone. Edmonds was too late to get there. But Bush, because he was late, Bush had to take it. And Bush, damn Bush, you're going to have to go ahead and he probably sore right now. That looked real. So, but yeah, I just had to point that out real quick. But let me also point out something else. My player of the game, I'm going to give out player of the games all the time. I don't care. Win, lose, draw, whatever. I'm giving out a player of the game. Somebody got a ball. There's freaking 11 people on offense, 11 on defense. You got special teams. Somebody got a ball. I'm giving that to Taron Johnson, our 4th-round pick. And those of you who might not know, Taron Johnson is the dude. You can Google this, YouTube it. It was really funny and still is. At the combine, this is the dude where he was going through the gauntlet. And you know how you run down the hash. Bow, turn around, bow, turn around, bow, and keep running. Try to stay on that line. Anyways, he turned the wrong way, and the ball was coming from here, hit him in the head. So he made some news for that. It was real funny. But he balled. Of course, the Bills took him. But he balled. That man had 4 tackles, 1 sack, and a forced fumble. And I'm going to just point out something else, too, real quick. If you look back at the other games he's had, and I've looked at the preseason games, like, yo, he has a heart, man. That man goes in and tries to hit as hard as he possibly could. And week 1, he got hurt because of how hard he went in on a hit. Week 2, he got hurt. Week 3, I think he might have got hurt 3. What's this? Bills 1-3 now. He probably got hurt 3 out of the 4 games, surely, just based off of how hard he was hitting. When he got hurt this game, I said, oh man, gosh. I said, you can't knock the kid. This is the NFL, though. He used to doing knockout shots, from the slot position in college. Actually, no, I think he was playing on the perimeter in college. But he's a hitter. He's a hitter. In the NFL, though, he goes in heavy, and it got to be respected, but it doesn't pan out. You know what I mean? So he always getting hurt. But that man balled out. That forced fumble he got on Aaron Rodgers, that was off of a sack too. But still, he hit Aaron Rodgers like Aaron Rodgers was not going to be in the Hall of Fame one day. It was just like, yo, OG, I don't care who you are. Like, bow, I'm here too. You know what I mean? So shouts out to him. I think we got our slot corner on Smash. I think that might be on Smash. Let me see some consistency out of him. I think that's a good look though. Him, White looked like this year he following around the number 1 receiver. So Leslie Frazier then did that. It's just still that other side is freaking suspect as ever, man. This other side is crazy. 38 ain't the answer. 38 looked like he should be on kickoff. 38 looked like he should be a left gunner on punt. Not starting. But hey, whatever, man. I'd rather see him than Vontae I quit Davis. You know what I'm saying? Vontae was probably running a 5.4 40 now. So he had to go. So anyways, yeah, man, that's the defense. Player of the game for me, Taron Johnson, man. That kid balled out. We wasn't able to establish the line of scrimmage. I know I said it already. It looked really bad. Bill's offensive line was like, hey, you get a sack. You get a sack. Hey, safety, you get a sack. Right. You want one too? Linebackers, you get a sack. Every D tackle, you get a sack. I know y'all lost Muhammad Wilkerson, but his replacement, you get a sack. 7 sacks. Like I said, they beat Allen Head off. Clean off. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. No weapons. We talked about that. Can't even get through his second read. Unbelievable. Aaron Rodgers. We talked about Aaron Rodgers, who, by the way, was 22 of 40. He threw that ball 40 times, right? 40. 22 of them got completed. That was one of those. You get the ball. Adams, 8 catches, 81 yards, and 25 was his long. Then Aaron Rodgers said to Allenson, you get the ball. You get a catch. 6 catches, 80 yards, 27 was his long. That's so identical. That's crazy. Adams, 8 catches, 81 yards. Allison, 6 catches, 80 yards. Adams long, 25. Allison long, 27. It's bad. It's bad for the defense. I don't know who was calling the calls over there. It's the talent, whatever you want to say. Montgomery, hey, you want to catch a couple? Aaron Rodgers said, you get 2 for 56 yards in a 43-yard long. Where, granted that 43-yard long was a majority of that 56, but the point is, he caught it. You know what I'm saying? So, then the other dude, Valdes-Scantling, 1 for 38. That man just come in and catch a 38-yarder real quick. So anyways, man, Aaron Rodgers looked great in his robotic knee brace. Man, and that's just it, man. What can we say? It's the Bills. Ain't nothing changed, man. It's just like, hey, how is it that our talent level looks this bad? I gotta watch I don't hate the Raiders, but I gotta see if the Raiders actually look as bad as the Bills. And I think McDermott and them, as much as I love the process, hand clapping, blah blah blah, whatever. He and his coaching staff got 2 more years. If we finish around the ranges of 3-13, somewhere in those ranges these next 2 years, he's gone. Then we're gonna start back over, and then most of everybody that's on this team now, except for Allen, maybe Allen might be gone too. Who knows? EJ was gone. So after his first tenure, you know what I mean. So who knows, man? The coaching staff got to get it together. They can't be freaking biased when it comes to drafting players when we need offense. I don't think Benjamin's coming back unless he wants to play for the short. because we not giving you none of that. We have the bag. Next year we have the bag. Benjamin, you knew he was going to have the bag, and you still out here through the first 4 games looking like you suck. Dang, I wish he would have stayed in Carolina where I respected him way more. Now that I see him up close and personal. Oh, and did the man got into it with somebody and tried to poke. He tried to poke the dude's eyes out through the visor. The man was like, trying to figure out how to get his finger in. And I'm like, dude, come on, man. What are you doing? Man, look, man. We got to play this guy because we got to play him. There's nobody else. Nobody else to play. And what you going to do? Put him on the bench? Then who you going to put in? We don't have nobody. So he's going to have to play. I can't believe he was trying to poke through a freaking visor. I don't know what he was trying to pull there. But anyways, man, that's that. The Bills lost 22-zip. And 21 gun. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's over. 22-zip. And we breaking all kind of records this year. This was the first year where, first time in 10 years where the Bills ain't scored. And if you go back to the week 1, we ain't took a loss like that, I think, ever. 47-3. So it's like, man, that's 2 within 4 weeks of football. First quarter of the season is over. We 1-3. Stay tuned, man. This is Bills Talk 716. I will be back. I don't care if we lose 100-zip. I'm going to call out the stuff that's not getting called out on TV. And I'm watching. I'm watching like you, and I'm watching deep. Eye in the sky never lie. Stay tuned, man. I'll see y'all next week. 1.